Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Bloodborne released on 24th March 2015. It has been 8 years since the game released, but it still feels like a new game that just came out. There's still so many people talking about it, there's still so many people experiencing it for the first time. It's just fucking amazing, you know? The gameplay and the art style and all that is fucking amazing. And I just want to go over why I and many people thought that this game is truly a masterpiece. Disclaimer warning. This video does not contain anything about the story or the DLC. At least not much of the story or the DLC. Because then the video would have been way too long. I don't know if I'll make a separate video of story because it's too confusing for me. And the DLC I definitely do want to make a separate video about. So yeah, that's just a quick heads up. Anyways, yeah. Now Bloodborne doesn't have a lot of weapons in number. There are a total of 26 in the game. 37 if you include the DLC. But Bloodborne goes for quality over quantity. Yeah, 26 weapons is nothing compared to the big daddy that Elden Ring is, alright? But yeah, we have 15 right-handed weapons. But those 15 are actually fucking 30. Because there's 2 unique forms of each weapon, and they all feel completely different from each other. And it just adds so much variety, it feels like 308 weapons. I'm just gonna go over some of my favorite examples of this kind of design. We have the classic Saw Spear, which is a quick weapon and does pretty fair damage. Its second form is a fucking long ass cleaver, which has sweeping attacks and over the top attacks. The overtop feels a bit weird, but whatever. There's the R1, L1, L1. Good for crowd control and does decent damage. Next up is my favorite weapon, Ludwig's Holy Blade. A fast sword that does fair damage. And you know, it's very good and all that. Its second form is a big-ass greatsword. Okay, now the greatsword is a bit slower and its charge attack might take 3 business days to fucking charge. But when it hits, boy, oh boy, you know it fucking hits. Next up is the Chikage. It's a one-handed sword, which its second form literally uses the wielder's blood to enhance itself to become a two-handed katana. I don't even think I have to say anything else about it. It drains away the player's health slowly, and I mean, just look at it. I mean, come on. Also, definitely an honorable mention to the Razor Flash. It's a caver. It's a sword that does the pokies and the stabbies and all that. It seems like a regular ass sword, but its second form is a fucking gun. Did I mention there are guns in this game, by the way? Yeah, American Dark Souls. Need I say more? Have I established my point already? Let's move on. Once you understand this dodge and hit, then you realize that the game ain't shit. One of the reasons why I love Bloodborne is how fast paced it is. At its core, it's responsible for 2 things, they are dodging and hitting. And there's 2 types of dodge rolls. You can do a big ass roll, which is safer but it takes a lot more time to recover, or you can do a quick step, which is riskier but allows you to retaliate faster. It allows for a much more faster pace, and you have to pay attention, like a lot more attention, and it's just like so cool, man. And it does it well too, the dodging and hitting and all that. Like From Software has done this a lot in Dark Souls and all that, and they did it really well here too. But Bloodborne also introduced one of, if not the greatest mechanic in video game history, the shoot to parry mechanic. And let me just tell you, I love this thing, okay? Like saying, this mechanic's based as out. And a lot of the attacks are designed to be parryable this way. Not all of them, but yeah. And it's just like so fucking cool. Like the game's so much faster paced. This is why, like, this is just why I just didn't play Elden Ring. It just felt a bit slower than Bloodborne, so I didn't like it. Wait, that's gonna upset some people. I'm putting in the video, man. I don't care, fuck it. Another great mechanic that I almost forgot to talk about was the rally mechanic. Basically, if you get hit, you get an orange life bar in front of your health, and it stays on for a brief period of time. If you attack during that time, you can recover some of that lost health. It just rewards more aggressive gameplay. It's a risk reward situation. You can be more aggressive, be more offensive, and recover that health you get lost while still damaging the enemy. And it's just so fucking cool. The game's fast paced, keeps you on your feet, you're alert and all that kind of stuff, Or you could do the alternative, which is just sit back in the corner and just spam arcane. Just call beyonds, all of that good stuff. Because that is also a choice with the build you make. Speaking of builds, there are a fuck ton of different builds in this game, and realistically you can't cover everything in one playthrough. At its core there are 6 different stats. Vitality, which is self-explanatory. Endurance, which is your stamina bar. Strength is your damage output. Skill, basically dexterity, yeah. Blood tinge, it increases the damage of weapons that use blood, which are most of them are guns. And arcane, which is magic. Depending on what type of build you want and what weapons you're using, you're gonna have to do some economic spending on which stats you level up. Like, I personally mostly go with skill and strength, and maybe some blood tinge. You could also go for stuff like a blood build, which is level named blood tinge, with weapons such as the Chikage and basically any gun. My recommendation is the Evelyn. And since these use blood for the damage, random piece of lore, Quicksilver bullets are what the guns shoot, and Quicksilver bullets are bullets infused with the hunter's blood. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I mentioned before, you could go arcane with the Saw Spear and the hunter tools like the bullshit overpowered ass fucking Augur of Fabrietis and the Call of Beyond, obviously. You could also go for a little bit of everything, like I did in this footage. The possibilities for this kind of crap are near limitless, and it's up to you, the player, on how you want to go about things. And then there's also a system that FromSoft always uses. Like, I'll always love it. For those who don't know, which how do you not know by this point, the to that system is you have all your currency. In this game it's blood echoes, and if you die, then you lose all the blood echoes. But if you manage to get back to the place you died, you can retrieve them again. However, if you die before reaching that area and before being able to retrieve them, you lose them permanently. So it's a kind of thing where, like, you don't want to die because you lose everything, but you actually need to carry fucking echoes if you want to actually buy shit. So it's this awesome risk reward dynamic, and it encourages the player to learn from their mistakes, and if you died again, it means you didn't learn the previous time, you dumb motherfucker. Bloodborne's aesthetics and environments are what really just sold me on the game, bro. It all seems so dark and gothic and all that stuff with these cathedrals and all these pointing out. I just love these types of sceneries. I don't know why. I just love them. And even though we get to see this in a stunning 30 frames per second with no anti-aliasing, we still do not have a performance update. Please. The ideas on display are executed near flawlessly, and it looks well enough to still immerse you. It's just, again, it's just so fucking cool. Like, what can I say? You know? When you're just exploring the world, the only thing that you can hear is your footsteps and maybe some wind and stuff. Like, there's no music or anything to distract you from the environment and the tone that you're set in. And music only plays in areas of significance and or boss fights. In terms of level design, it's very good, like From Software does, except Dark Souls 2. Everything is connected. Anywhere leads to anywhere. You can walk to almost everywhere in the game without using lamps, except the nightmares and the dreams. You can go from the Forbidden Woods to Central Yarnum, which is the fucking beginning of the game. Nightmare Frontier can be accessed way earlier than usual with a specific item. The best example though of this interconnected level design is Cathedral Ward, because it connects to fucking everything, even the goddamn DLC. Bloodborne was nearly perfect in its level design. Nearly. And I say that because there's just a singular area that I despise going through every fucking time. Forbidden Woods. Where the fuck am I going? It's all so weird, and the pathways are so confusing that even after my 20th some playthrough, I still have to guess where to go, man. Like, it's so fucking abysmal. Like, everything just looks the same. Like, there's so many enemies. Why are there like 300 snakes in this area? Excuse me? Like, what the fuck? This is fucking stupid. Like, it's just so confusing and just so weird where to go. If you have playing this game for the first time, good fucking luck going through that place. Alright, but let's cut the bullshit. Let's talk about the real deal in FromSoft games. It's time we discuss Now I could just show you footage of Gearman and end this segment right here, establishing what a good boss fight is.
Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Now almost every boss fight in this game is just amazing, all of them are really good. But from my main observations, there are a few stages of bosses that teach you different things about enemies and encounters. First up is the cleric beast. This loud ass motherfucker shows you that enemies who outmatch you in size are usually slow. You can use this to advantage. Realize also that they can most likely have weak spots, which can give you openings for visceral attacks. You can damage their spots like their limbs and stuff to make them fall over. With the cleric beast specifically, if you damage his head enough, he kneels down, which gives you an opening for a visceral, which is very good. Second up is Father Gascoigne. This shows you about enemies who are basically like you, hunters and average or fast enemies. If you if you're calm and you think fast, you learn their attacks and when to parry, they won't stand a fucking chance. Then again, we could say that about every enemy in this game, right? Thirdly is Rom. This dude has backup. The best action is to take your time, like make the minions go away from the boss, then like individually kill the minions and the boss. So the boss won't interrupt when you kill the minions, hence the minions won't interrupt when you attack the boss. Fourthly, the Shadows of Yharnam. Some fights aren't just head-on battle. You'll always sometimes be outnumbered. So make sure to just wait it out. Make them separate from each other. Wait for openings. They're not Ornstein and small, but they still can whoop your ass if you're not careful. Lastly is Murgle's Wet Nurse. This boss is like visceral attacks. We don't do that here. Also, I can give you blindness 4 like it's fucking Minecraft, and I can also summon mimic tears like Elden Ring, motherfucker. It shows you to be patient. Wait for openings and just chip away at their health, things like that. Bloodborne and From Software games in general are the epitome of good boss design. Except Bloodborne's Dicko shit, bastard of the nightmare. They are everything a boss fight should be and more. I want to save this part for last, and after this video, I fucking demand you to go listen to the Bloodborne soundtrack. You will thank me. It is perfect in every way. It can be triumphant and fast, while also being slow and calm. It's high energy, but not high volume. And it only plays in parts of the game that has significance, like I said before. Here, I will only share just less than a drop of a musical masterpieces in this game. In conclusion, Bloodborne has a great core gameplay loop. Its weapons and ability to create different builds gives plenty to experiment with and gives a lot of stuff to try out, which can lead to a lot of different playthroughs and a lot of value to the game. Its environments are cool with subtle grandiosity. It is a great example of level design, excluding Forbidden Woods. Its boss fights are thrilling and engaging, making you learn new and unique things, and its soundtrack definitely earned a spot in my Spotify library. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, like holy shit, congratulations. My videos usually only have a watch time of like 30 seconds, so you're cool if you're here. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It costs nothing. These videos take a lot of effort, especially this one, and subscribing really helps out the channel and me emotionally to keep giving a go at this YouTube thing. Y'all take care, and I'll see you all whenever I decide to upload again.